everyone, this is your author AuthorSheilaD, and I hope you all are having a blessed day. Today I'm going to be reading an excerpt from my first book titled A Broken Child Saved by God's Grace. The tagline is, Silence Can Destroy You. I'm going to be reading chapter 5 titled Forgiveness, and I'm going to be reading paragraphs 1 through 5. Here we go. Tina found herself asking God for forgiveness many times in many different situations throughout her life. She knew that if God had forgiven her for her various sins, that she had to forgive others as a Christian. She understood that forgiving others was more for her sanity and well-being than for them. Forgiveness was the key for her to truly experience freedom. Forgiving others who had hurt her in some shape, form, or fashion was difficult for her at times. Most importantly of all, Tina had to learn to forgive herself. She was not one to hold grudges. She understood that everybody had their own battles to fight. Because she had God, she knew that He would fight her battles for her. She believed that life was too short and no one was ever promised a tomorrow. She began to reflect on the many people that she forgave, including herself, and why, in the order that she remembered the events happening. Also, she let some of those people know via text that she prayed that they forgive her as well for anything that she may have said and or done to hurt them. Tina forgave her maternal uncle Tristan, the musician, for persuading her at the age of 8 into playing a game of jacking him off. She didn't forgive him when the event happened. It was years later in life, once she found out that he had a drug problem. He had a crack cocaine addiction and basically took advantage of her and her naivete. She had trusted him. This wasn't an excuse that she used to forgive him, but it was a peek into his world as to why he may have done what he did. Tina forgave her maternal uncle, Chris, for groping her and grinding on her in her parents' house when she was only 9 years old. She knew that he was affiliated with the street gang and had a history of drug abuse. He drank alcohol and used hard street drugs such as heroin, crack cocaine, powder cocaine, etc. His brain cells were so burnt that he probably couldn't remember what he had done anyway. Again, this was another way that Tina tried to comprehend why she was his target that day. Tina chose to forgive her paternal cousin, Randall, the middle school math teacher, for cleverly trying to pull her pants down that day when she came over to borrow a cup of sugar. Perhaps he was just a pervert, because much later in life, she learned that he had done this to other female neighbors back then. No one ever reported him, and it was far too late now. Her paternal cousin, Chester, was forgiven by her for his sexual innuendos. At the age of 11, she never gave him any indication that it was okay for him to approach her in that manner. Perhaps it was his 16-year-old hormones in full bloom. Even though she forgave him, she still gave him the side eye when he would try to hug her for too long. Tina thought that maybe because he had protected her in certain situations, he felt that she owed him something. And that is the end of what I am going to read for chapter 5. So now I'm going to skip over to the Bible verse at the end of the chapter. And it reads, "For if you forgive others their transgressions, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." That is from the Tree of Life version, Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. If you enjoyed this excerpt, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You're welcome to share this video with anyone. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you will, please comment below on what you think about this, the paragraphs that I just read. And if you or anyone that you know have been in this situation. But most importantly, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.